Hello, and thank you for visiting EXP's workshop on sales contracts. In this module, we'll be discussing the Mineral and Oil and Gas Rights Mandatory Disclosure Statement. This form is also known as the MOG form, MOG. The Residential Property Disclosure Act requires owners of certain residential real estate to furnish purchasers with this disclosure statement. This form is the only one approved for this purpose. Please note that this form may be updated from time to time, and the most recent form should always be used. EXP will always require the most updated form to be used. Therefore, if you use an old form, you will be required to get the new one signed in a very near future. A disclosure statement is not always required for some transactions. If you have any questions, please refer to the NCREC for further details on that. Personally, I have never had a transaction where I didn't have this form in the file. So, the seller is required to fill out the form in its entirety. If a box is not filled out, please return it to the listing agent and have them fill it out correctly and in its entirety. This form is going to be a legally binding document when signed, and you definitely want everything filled out correctly. Please review the body of this letter with your buyer, sections 1 through 6. Discuss the findings of what the seller has written on the form. Please have your buyer initial sections 1 through 6, stating that they have reviewed the form with you and have read the seller's input. Notice the section that says Note to Purchasers. This boxed-in area is specifically for the buyer. It discusses the buyer's rights before and after signing this disclosure statement. This section mentions buyers' information to exercise their right to cancel the contract due to non-disclosure and/or non-submittal of this form in a timely manner. Please pay specific attention to this section and go over it with your buyer. The bottom of the form has all the signature lines and the property address line. Make sure the property address matches the address on all other documentation in the file. Have your buyer sign the form under purchaser's signature and date the form. This concludes this module on the Mineral and Oil and Gas Rights Mandatory Disclosure Statement. I hope you found it informative.